So this morning at approximately 11:11, the Santa Rosa Police Department received 911 calls reporting a school fight here on the campus at Montgomery High School, located at 1250 Hammond Drive. Officers from the Santa Rosa Police Department arrived on the scene within 4 minutes. So at 11:15, uniformed Santa Rosa police officers were on the scene and began the initial investigation. And what that investigation determined is that two juniors, which are students here at Montgomery High School, entered a classroom. They weren't students in this particular classroom. It was an art classroom. They entered the classroom and engaged in a physical altercation with the student who was in the classroom. That was a freshman student. All three of them were male students here at the campus. The initial fight breaks out. The school, there were 27 students which are inside that classroom. There was one teacher and 3 teacher aides, so there were 31 individuals inside that classroom. The fight breaks out, physical altercation, and the teachers immediately jump into action and they break up the initial fight. Unfortunately, moments later, the fight continued, and at that point, the student who was inside the classroom produced a knife. The knife was described as a folding knife with a black handle. It had a blade of approximately 4 to 5 inches. That student produced a knife and started engaging in the 2 students who had come into the classroom. Both those students were stabbed. One of those students received what preliminary appears to be 3 stab wounds to his upper body. One student received 1 stab wound to his left hand. Both those students left the classroom, started to assess their injuries, and walked to the school office here and engaged with the school nurse. Our officers immediately contacted them, and both the students were alert and conscious and were providing initial statements. Our medical staff arrived here on the scene and quickly started treating the students, and they were transported to a local hospital. Unfortunately, one of the students, who's a 16-year-old male and a juvenile here, or a junior here at the Monty campus, passed away at that hospital. The other student is being treated for his injuries and is expected to survive. As this initial investigation was going on, the officers in the scene determined that the student who had stabbed the 2 other students had fled, heading in a northeast direction. We continued to get officers examining the campus. We had 36 Santa Rosa officers respond to this incident and started combing the area. We had mutual aid assistance from the Sonoma County Sheriff's Department, and the Sonoma County's helicopter Henry 1 aided in our search. We eventually got witnesses from St. Eugene's Cathedral, which reported that they had seen a student or a young man hiding in the creek behind the St. Eugene's Cathedral campus. Our officers scoured that area and were able to locate a 15-year-old juvenile who was hiding in the creek bed there, who was laying down on his stomach trying to conceal himself. Officers slowed down, they used restraint, they didn't use any force, and they were safely able to take this young man into custody. The young man did not have any weapons in his possession. Our officers are still scouring the area looking for the knife which was used in this assault. Obviously, this is an ongoing investigation, and we're going to be spending a lot of resources interviewing the 31 students and the teachers who are in the class, working with our school campus, and the Santa Rosa Police Department is ensuring that when the school does return to their full duties here at the school campus, they will have officers here in the morning to be able to make sure that our students and their parents understand that we have a safe campus here in the Santa Rosa campus. I'm going to turn it over to our school superintendent, Anna Trinell, and she's going to talk about the school's response, and then we can both answer some questions and get a little bit more with some of the specifics that you may have. So I'll turn it over to Anna.
Thank you, Chief. Good afternoon. I'd like to acknowledge Stephanie Manieri, our school board president, and Omar Medina, our school board vice president, who are here as well. This is truly a sad day. The tragedy that happened here today is heartbreaking. Our thoughts are with the students involved, their families, friends, classmates, and staff of Montgomery High School. Right now, our focus is on meeting the immediate physical and emotional needs of our students and staff. I want to thank the many emergency responders who assisted at Montgomery High School today, including Santa Rosa Police Department and the Sonoma County Office of Education. I also want to acknowledge the staff here at Montgomery who worked quickly to ensure that our campus followed emergency protocols in order to keep students and staff safe. This investigation, as you have heard, is ongoing, We will be sharing more information about whether Montgomery will be open tomorrow by 6 p.m. this evening.
All right, so now we'll take a few minutes of questions about any more specific details, but understanding this is still a very preliminary investigation.
We've been listening live to an update from Santa Rosa Police when it involves a 16-year-old student who died in a stabbing attack at Montgomery High School today. It sounds like from listening to the police press conference there, 2 junior students went into an art classroom. They started a fight with this freshman student. As this altercation was going on, that freshman student had a knife, stabbed those 2 other students. That's what the police was saying. Those 2 students who were stabbed were alert at some point, talking to the school nurse, and one of them died at the hospital, and they were able to catch the person here who was involved in this. They found him hiding in a creek. Since police and the superintendent are taking questions, we're going to go back and listen in for a little bit longer.
That our investigators are looking into, and we're looking for students that may have information about that to come forward to the Santa Rosa Police Department. Another thing that we're seeking is any videos that may have students may have recorded of this incident that they were able to do. So we encourage any students or parents that become aware of videos to contact the Santa Rosa Police Department. You can contact our violent crimes team at 707-543-3590 and to be able to contact our violent crime detectives, and we are certainly looking for any video evidence from this case.
Chief, there's some chatter out there that potentially this suspect may have acted in self-defense from an attack. Is that possible, or is that ruled out?
Well, the early investigation, like I said, is that the 2 victims did enter the classroom first and engaged in a physical altercation with the individual who had the knife. This time, that's still part of what our investigation is determining what cause he had to bring the fight, but at this point, there's no evidence to show that the 2 students who assaulted him were armed, that he was the only one armed with a weapon.
Chief, could you tell me whether there are any measures in place or prevent students from bringing weapons on campus?
Well, the school can talk about that, and we no longer, unfortunately, have a school resource officer at these schools or any of the Santa Rosa schools, so the Santa Rosa Police Department doesn't work with controlling any of the weapons. I can talk it over to our school superintendent to see what measures they have in place. I'm sure they do. So we'll answer the question about the weapons real quick. And
So we do not have metal detectors here or at any of our schools. We do talk regularly to our students about safety and about caring for each other on campus, but we do not have anything that detects those kinds of weapons on campus right now. We are going to be assessing how we approach supporting our students and making sure that they know that this is a safe place, and we will be examining how exactly we're going to do that.
Chief, you mentioned that the students had previously been engaged in some type of problem before. Had any of these students had problems with the school or the district prior to this, or had any of them come to the district or the school saying that they had problems with the other students?
that's too early to know, and I think ultimately that would be a question answered by the school. And there are some privacy rights that students have, so I couldn't answer that. What I could say is right now that there is some preliminary information that these 3 students knew each other and had some physical altercations previously. But that's going to be one of the things that our detectives are diving into, and we want to hear from other students on the school campus or who know the individuals involved. And we're going to get to the bottom about what was the motive of this, what led up to us. We work very closely with the school here, and we'll be looking at how we can partner in some of the school safety to ensure that all students in Santa Rosa are able to come to school in a safe environment.
Why has it taken a loss of life for you guys to start caring about this?
Well, I think it's really important to understand that the Santa Rosa Police Department did not remove the SROs from the school campus. So I think that's very important. That was a decision made by the Santa Rosa School Board. As chief, it's something that I've advocated for us. We can't do that without the support of your Santa Rosa School Board. So that could be a question that you could ask the school board, and there's a lot of complexities with that. They got a lot of feedback from the community, and that wasn't a simple thing. But the Santa Rosa Police Department is committed to providing a school campus, but it's also to a safe school campus, but also understand that our officers are patrolling 42 square miles of the city on a daily basis with over 110,000 calls for service last year. But school safety is important. My daughter is a Santa Rosa school student and goes to Santa Rosa school, and I care personally about making sure that we have a safe school campus.
Final question, please. Is there that you pulled about that captured any of this?
That's going to be something that our investigators are looking for not only school surveillance videos, but also videos from our students here. So that's something that we're continuing to look for. And we ask for the cooperation of anyone who may have had any of that video to bring it forward to the Santa Rosa Police Department so we can clearly understand what led up to this fight and examine the facts of what actually occurred.
Chief, are there cameras on campus?
There are campus on school campuses. Of course, yes.
Thank you, Chief.
All right, we're going to pull out right now, and Sergeant Mahurin will answer additional questions. All right.
Thank you.
So, hold on. I know. Hold on. We want to listen. We want to hear all of that. So if there's any additional questions about this, we'll go offline with that. We can do individual ones and be able to hand that. We're gonna go ahead. Go for it.
I'm a senior in high school here. I go to this school. My little brother goes to this school. Why does it take, like how he said, death in order to get our voices heard? The school should be held accountable. A student had to call 911.
Right.
Nobody else did. A student did.
I get that.
A kid. The school didn't do anything. The school knew that these two had problems beforehand.
Right.
The school, it's their job to keep us safe. And so far, how the school exited, how they had us leave, you guys don't know if somebody else was coming to come, I don't know, maybe do it again. You don't know. You don't know.
So when we were on,
Nobody even knows.
it's okay. So when we got on campus, we were told what the suspect looked like and what he took off, and that was the suspect we went after when the school was still on lockdown. We wanted to make sure everyone stayed in classrooms until we had that suspect in custody. So no students were released from classes until that suspect was brought into custody at about 11:51, I believe is when we got him in custody. But you are right. It is important to make sure you guys are being heard. So at least from the police department, I don't work for the school, but from the police department and from Chief Cregan, one of his main concerns is making sure that we're making sure everyone feels heard, whether it's this incident, whether it's other acts of violence, whether it's anything impacting our community. What I am personally committing to is if you as students want to set up some sort of community meeting where we can get together, the chief can hear your concerns about school safety, we will arrange that with you and do that. Because I want to make sure you feel heard, whether that's by the schools, whether it's by the police department, but we want to make sure those conversations are being held and that they do happen. So we will make sure that happens. If you want to do that, I'm personally happy to give you my information. We can set that up with you.
It's just disappointing.
I understand.
It is.
What ethnicity were the three students?
Right now, we're not releasing any names or any other information other than age and gender and what grade level they are.
His name was Jaden. The guy that was killed.
We're not releasing names because some extended family haven't found out, and the last thing we want is on social media to be able to do that. It's for the family's benefit. If there's any more questions from the media, I'll meet you guys in the front of the school in just about 10 minutes. Thank you.
We've just been listening to some very upset students at Montgomery High School in Santa Rosa. They are demanding answers as to the violence that broke out on their campus today, where after a fight, a student died during a stabbing. They do have the student who they believe is responsible for this in custody right now, and there's another student who is also injured in this stabbing attack. The school is going to be deciding by 6 o'clock today if they will have school on campus tomorrow. We'll keep you updated on what happens there. We have reporters there in Santa Rosa. There's just a lot of emotions boiling after this violence and this tragedy that happened in Santa Rosa today. We'll take a break and be right back.